Hello, everyone, and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, this Saturday, the Riley Springs Jamboree will hold their regular schedule of a gospel and country show starting at 6 p.m., and then will add a benefit concert for the Reed and Ivy families starting at 8 p.m. Performances will take place on the stage of the old Riley Springs Schoolhouse, now the Community Center at 109 County Road 1439 in southeastern Hopkins County. Admission will be $10 a person or a donation at the door, and the Roger Reed Band will be playing during that benefit concert.
The Hopkins County United Way campaign is going strong, still not quite halfway to the goal, but not halfway through the campaign yet either. Let's talk to co-chairs Bill and Beverly Owens.
It's a chance for us to spend more time together in our busy lives and to share this good cause, too, at the same time. So it feels good.
Well, your enthusiasm really does. I pick it up every time I get around y'all. And I know this is not the only thing you do in our community, but thank you for putting your efforts into this. It's very, very worthy, as you said.
Yes, it is.
This year is kind of a Be a Hero theme, and lots of people are stepping up and making their donations.
Absolutely.
Where are we, anyway, on our goal?
Go ahead. It's $45,812.54. And that's not quite halfway there, and we're about halfway through the campaign, so we got to step it up. But there are some big companies with employee matches and things like that that are coming in that should help us a lot. And I've got some, I'd love to recognize some of the 100% Club, from last week. If you got just a minute, we got the Southwest Dairy Museum, Dr. William Longino, Corner Grub, Professional Land and Title, Everything Unique, the Propane Company, Abbo's Collision Center, Oxford Brothers, Water Oak Elementary, is it Eon or Ion Jiu-Jitsu, Janet Martin Realty, Dr. Daniel Lawrence, Dr. Matt Johnson, Winburn Milk, and Legacy Ag Credit. So we give them a big thank you and applause for hitting 100% of their goal.
And that means 100% of their employees have donated that signed up to do so.
Yeah, we set a goal for every company, and it's not necessarily what actually winds up being. Some come in a little light, but most hit the 100% or even more.
We set that budget to meet the 165, the goal, and if everyone meets their budgeted amount, then we meet the goal. So
not included in that is like, for instance, the Highland Training Center out on Highway 19. Their goal was $60, but they paid $250. So we have that going on a lot too. A lot of generosity here in the community.
And it's a tradition. Well, and that makes me want to ask you, we were talking earlier about Bill Bradford's writing about this back when United Way got started in Hopkins County. And that first year, was it that they didn't make their goal?
1955. Well, it was a bunch of community businessmen set up to do the first United Way, and they set a goal of about 29.5, and they thought they could get it in about 10 days. That they had the heart there. But it took about 35, 40 days for them to meet their goal. But they met it. But they had to go back to businesses and say, hey, we need just a little bit more.
And they gave.
They did. They did. And the history of United Way goes back so good in Hopkins County, and the generosity of the community. We really have a great community that pulls together to help these organizations.
Oh, and that's displayed in so many ways through the course of a year's time.
Yes.
So each Tuesday you have a report meeting.
That's right. Our next meeting is October 12th at the Texas AgriLife Extension Office. 22nd. Thank you, Beverly. And, we thank them for letting us use that. And so we're hoping and praying for
a big report
that on that day, absolutely.
Well, back when I was a United Way campaign volunteer person that went and put the packets out and asked for the packets, do you still do it just that way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We have about 35 campaign workers, I believe, that go out. We meet middle of September. They get their packets, and then they start going out. Our goal is to have them all out first week of October.
Okay.
And then they go back and ask, usually some people say, hey, wait, let me give you a check now. We love those.
Yeah.
And some say, come back next week, I'll have it ready for you. And a lot of businesses will have fundraisers to raise the money that they donate for United Way. And so we have to go back later and pick up the packet.
Kind of like an in-house fundraiser.
And we're always looking for volunteers that want to join United Way and help be a campaign worker. That's where I started, was campaign worker years ago.
Well, in what other ways do donations for United Way come in? Do people just mail in a check?
We do. We have one this week that they reported on. Someone just mailed in a check. They wanted to donate to the United Way.
Well,
but it helps all these organizations. There's over 20 in here that are budgeted and help. Our allocation committee meets in May, and they personally meet with each of these organizations, and they report on who benefits in the community, what age, how many, and what their benefit is, what they provide to the community. And we set that goal based on that, and there's a lot of good organizations here.
We might mention the address for the Hopkins County United Way is P.O. Box 735. P.O. Box 735 here in Sulphur Springs, 75483. Or, of course, you can reach out to me or Beverly. We're always around town doing something. Just, look us up.
Well, I know some people still pay things by check. So if you're sitting down to pay up those bills that you do by check, write one out for United Way and put a stamp on the envelope and send it to P.O. Box 735.
That's it.
It's easily done.
A lot of businesses will do payroll deduct. So for a couple of dollars a week out of your paycheck, it adds up over the year. But most businesses will do payroll deduct.
Okay.
We have the fundraiser coming up with the Panda Express today, where it's not coming up. It is today.
It's today.
So all you need to do is go by Panda Express, mention the United Way, or show them our little fundraiser deal.
You have to show them the flyer.
And 20% of whatever you get from Panda Express today goes to the United Way. It's their give back program.
And that's very helpful, but you do have to make it clear to to the people at the counter.
Yes.
Or you can show it on your phone.
Yes.
Yeah, you can show it on your phone.
Take a picture of it on your phone, and we have it posted on our Facebook page also, so they can pull it up. Copy of it.
I'm not sure, and we have time if you do. I'm not sure that we've enumerated all the good causes here in the county that funds do go to.
Well, one that's close to my heart, I was reading a report from the North Texas Food Bank. It shows that 1 in every 4 children they call it food insecure. I call it they're hungry. That's very close to my heart, to know that there's children that are unsure of where their next meal will come from. They may go to bed hungry, they may wake up hungry. And there's several organizations here that provide meals. You have Meal a Day. They provide meals 5 days a week. They actually deliver it. A lot of them deliver these meals to, those are mostly senior shut-ins. You have the Hopkins County Community Chest, Jehovah Jireh Food Pantry. That is a new one down in Como. And you think, well, we have food pantries up here in Sulphur Springs, but if people don't have the funds to get enough food, they don't have the gas funds to drive to Sulphur Springs. So they've put in this food pantry at Como, and I think that's awesome. It's new. And so they're in here this year. We have the Dinner Bell. They provide a meal once a week, a hot homemade meal. Come in, anyone's welcome. Come in and get a hot meal.
There's so many. Winsboro Community Resource Center is listed, Teen Court, Sulphur Springs Symphony League, Shadow Ranch Therapeutic Writing Center, Safe Tea, which is a shelter agency for families in East Texas, Northeast Texas Child Advocacy Center. I'm just reading off this one page. Lakes Regional Community Center on behalf of Children's Center ECI, Lake Country CASA, and some of them we might better recognize. Bright Star Baseball, maybe you've got youngsters or neighbors or someone involved in that. Can Help, Boy Scouts of America, and Circle 10 Council, East Texas Council on Alcohol and Drug Abuse, Heritage Christian Counseling Center, Hopkins County 4-H, that reaches out to everybody.
Yeah.
And the Hopkins County Christian Alliance on behalf of Empty Stocking.
Yes, these organizations, they serve the young, the old, they feed the hungry, they help provide shelter for the homeless. They provide counseling, medical assistance, education, and support groups. And they help in many other ways also.
Something that Bill said in your the kickoff day, the luncheon, about being a hero, and one of the variety of services that this helps to fund, a person trapped in a drug addiction problem.
Believe it or not, we have that problem even in Hopkins County. So I know someone personally that has a problem like that with a teenage child that they have. And they had nowhere else to go because counseling and, the law enforcement can do a great job of trying to stomp that out, but there's still the kid or person left there that's still got a problem and got an addiction. And so we need to get them out of that. And he had nowhere else to go but one of the organizations, I won't mention, but one of the organizations is helping him and his family with that. So I've seen that firsthand. It's a great thing.
You kind of mentioned it, it really kind of went straight to the heart about this person, and they want to break free. And this day they're real sure they do, and the next day they're kind of on a cycle. Yeah. And it's a bad thing to observe in a loved one.
It is, and it's not something you can just wave a wand at, and solve the problem. It takes some counseling, and it takes some rehab. And so that's one of the great things that one or two of these organizations supply here for our county, living right here.
And United Way, in their pretty direct way, help with all these various needs. We're all a family, really, in Hopkins County. Our lives touch and intertwine. I
was asked what's the most important thing I learned from doing this, and I think that if I could say, the Hopkins County is united. And it's a Hopkins County way to help other people. Even if there's tragedy or, a family is nearly torn apart. I mean, I can think of things just recently. This county comes together and is there to help, to be a hero, and things just happen, but we together can give back some hope and some empowerment and renewal and some opportunities to come back.
I like that. Being a hero, giving hope, and those mentions that you made there is all part of the theme and motto of this year's United Way campaign. It's not too late for you to get in on it either. You two are leading the way, but there's lots of other people involved that push this campaign
absolutely.
Forward. What, about 6 to 8 weeks?
Yes. We want to thank everybody that's helped us out so far, not just monetarily, but doing all the footwork out there and helping put this together for us.
Well, we want to thank you, too, for having us on here.
Well, it's a pure pleasure. And as you mentioned, the Give Back today at Panda, maybe we'll see each other there today at some point or this evening. All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you both for coming in, and keep us informed on United Way.
Thank you, Enola.
Thank you.
The head football coach of the Corsicana Tigers is Hal Wasson. He's in his first year as the Tigers' head football coach. In a long coaching career, Coach Wasson has been involved in programs all over the state of Texas. His most notable job was head coach at South Lake Carroll. He was there 11 years, including a state championship year in 2011. Coach Wasson left there a couple of years ago under a cloud of alleged UIL rule violations. He was director of athletics for the Irving schools last year. Then he accepted one of the few jobs he said he would be interested in at Corsicana. This is homecoming for Wasson. He was born in nearby Currens and attended Navarro Junior College. Wasson also coached on the Corsicana staff from 1982 through 1986. His Tigers lost their season opener to Burleson Centennial this year and then reeled off 5 straight wins, including 4 district victories. The Tigers perhaps got a wake-up call last week as Royce City defeated them 27-0. On offense, 3 sophomores are leading the way for the Tigers. Quarterback Solomon James and backs Demarius Daniels and Anthony Young. Senior Lane Fuentes is a solid receiver. Coach Wasson says defense is a strength for the Tigers. Defensive leaders include inside linebacker Tyler Farmer and outside linebacker Eric Dixon. Nose guard junior Brayson Parrish is also a player. Corner Shamir Smith and safety Drew Denbo, both seniors, are secondary standouts. Well, chalk up another win for the Sulphur Bluff volleyball team. Friday, they won at home over Rivercrest by the score of 3-0. Score was 25-18, 25-17, and 25-23. Lady Bears coach Zandra Payton says her team keeps getting better each game they play. She notes the last time the two teams met, it took 4 sets to win. Coach Payton praised the passing of Delina Di Donato and Angel Brown. Di Donato also had 5 service points and 4 kills. Setter Allie Colette had 10 service points, 2 kills, and 17 assists. And Coach Payton said Ann Dorner has also played big the last several games. Against Rivercrest, Dorner had 13 service points, 5 kills, and 1 assist. C.J. Johnson had 3 service points and a kill. Tori Rainey had 3 service points and 4 kills. Jada Wade had 2 service points and a kill. Skylar Stanley had 3 blocks and 6 kills. Hannah Bird had 9 service points. The Lady Bears played at Clarksville on Tuesday. That's Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for watching, and so long, everybody.